5 types of women men prioritize in their romantic relationships. Men are picky when it comes to their romantic relationships. If you're single and looking for love, you're probably well aware of how picky men can be. Men usually have an idea in their heads of the sort of women they are attracted to. You either suit that picture or you don't. Wouldn't it be fantastic if you could be a woman who can attract any man? That's why in this video, I'll discuss the 5 sorts of women that men prioritize in romantic relationships based on shared taste and wants. Number 1. He wants a woman with a great vibe. Your vibe is something I talk about a lot, and for good reason. It's the foundation of your beauty and all of your connections with other people. I'm not exaggerating when I say that your vibe is the single most critical factor influencing how a man, or anybody else, reacts to you. Your vibe evolves from your mood. It's an expression of how you are truly, authentically feeling at any particular time. If you're in a good mood, your vibe will be positive. If you're nervous, resentful, or furious, those negative emotions poison your mood and turn it negative. Your vibe is decided by how good you're genuinely feeling at the moment. That implies that even if you tell yourself you're in a good mood, if you're actually flustered, upset, or frightened, it'll be visible in your vibe. The greatest approach to understanding vibe is to use an example from your own life. Do you have a friend or colleague who's usually in a bad mood? In the vast majority of the time you spend with or chat with them, they're grumbling about something going wrong in their lives. How do you feel when their name appears on your phone? Or do you see them enter the room? Or do you engage in conversation with them? Chances are you're feeling low, like a feeling in your stomach that comes without your conscious thought. That is the power of vibe. It's bad to engage with someone who's always whining, expressing negativity, and feeling sorry for oneself. A wonderful way to figure out a friend's vibe is to assess how you feel after spending time with them. If you feel excited, lively, and more energized than before, it suggests that your friend's aura is positive. If you're feeling exhausted, negative, or sad, it suggests that your friend's energy was bad. For men, your vibe is more important than almost anything else about you. When it comes to men, their sentiments about you are almost entirely determined by how they feel around you. Guys seldom evaluate a woman by thinking about their future together. In actuality, males' feelings for a woman are nearly entirely influenced by how they feel around her. If a guy feels good around you, he'll be interested in you. He'll want to spend more time with you, and he'll be more excited about hanging out, getting closer, and getting to know you. On the other hand, if spending time with you makes a guy uncomfortable, he will avoid it. That suggests he doesn't answer messages or phone call, and he'll turn you down on dates. That explains why the vibe is so crucial. When your vibe is positive, it feels nice to be around you. When your vibe is bad, it doesn't. When it comes down to it, men want a woman they are attracted to, compatible with, and love being around. If you focus on being in the best possible mood when you're with him, your vibe will automatically improve. And if your vibe is good, he'll feel good around you, which is necessary for him to want to be around you more often. Number 2, he wants someone who shares his goals and dreams. The best, longest-lasting, and most intense relationships are formed between people who are on the same direction in life, who have the same values, who desire the same things out of life. Guys want someone that they can rely on to support them in their life goals. That doesn't mean you don't have goals. It means yours are aligned with his, and you're working towards them together, supporting each other along the way. If you want a lifelong connection and genuine affection, this is critical. If your only goal is to hook up, which is totally okay, this is not so important. It all comes down to evaluating what his vision of ideal life looks like and deciding whether it fits yours. For example, suppose he wants to work really hard, retire, and then travel the world. Is that what you want? If it does, fantastic. Your visions are aligned, and you can collaborate to achieve your objectives. You're a good match. If it doesn't, say you'd rather settle down and raise a family in a certain area rather than travel, your goals aren't aligned. It won't feel like you're helping him in achieving his dreams or that he's helping you in achieving yours. If that's the case, this isn't a good match. The most essential thing is to ensure that your objectives and desires line up with each other. This will save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Number 3, he wants a woman he's compatible with, and vice versa. A lot of people talk about compatibility, but no one truly defines it. So here it is. Compatibility means that being in a relationship with each other feels natural, effortless. There's no day-to-day stress. Compatibility indicates that being around each other is easy and enjoyable. Here's a simple, reliable test. If you feel like you have to fight for your relationship, or if you're continuously trying to keep your relationship on track, it's a strong indication that you're not compatible. If you're not a good match for each other, that's fine. You just have to admit it. It's important to remember that compatibility and attraction are not the same. It's quite normal and really easy to be attracted to someone who isn't the right match for you. That does not make him or you a bad person. It's just something to be aware of and consider when setting expectations for the future with him. If you want to establish a future with him, you should be compatible. If he's a guy you want to have a good time with in the short term, compatibility isn't that important. The short term is mainly about attractiveness. Number 4, he wants a woman who is willing to communicate and compromise. That is not to suggest that you'll never argue with your partner. Disagreements are unavoidable, but you can ensure that conflicts are handled calmly and maturely. A helpful tip is to see the problem or the basis for the disagreement as a separate from the two of you. Once you can detach from it, finding a solution becomes much easier since you're both working together rather than battling one another. If he sees you trying to communicate even when it's tough and you're willing to compromise rather than playing blame games or being manipulative, he'll appreciate you. Number 5, he wants a woman he can have great sex with. In case it isn't clear, I'm not going to sit here and pander to you, giving you sweet-sounding lies that will just make your love life more complex and difficult. I'm going to tell you the truth about men, and it may be blunt at times, but the most important thing I want for you is to be effective in getting what you want. So when I say men want a woman whom they can have great sex with, I'm being honest, but I'm also telling you the truth about what men really need. Sex is vital to males. If you disregard it, you'll have issues with your future relationships. There are various resources available online for enhancing your sex life, so I won't go into it here. All I'll say is that loving sex, especially with him, is extremely beneficial to a relationship and should not be neglected. So there you have it. 5 types of women men prioritize in their romantic relationships. I hope this video has helped you understand what men truly want in a woman. If you have any questions or disagree with anything I've mentioned, please let me know in the comments. I enjoy talking about this stuff. And thanks for watching.